स्वागत है दोस्तों आपके अपने न्यूज एनालिसिस चैनल पॉलिटिकल सोपबॉक्स में। आज के वीडियो में हम देखेंगे कि कैसे आनंद रंगनाथन और शहजाद पूनावाला की जोड़ी ने राहुल गांधी का जमकर मजाक उड़ाया। आनंद रंगनाथन ने हमेशा की तरह तथ्यों के बारे में बात की। उन्होंने मोदी की जीत के कारणों के बारे में बताया और बताया कि क्यों 2024 के चुनाव में भारतीय गठबंधन की हार तय है। और शहजाद ने अपने एक कमेंट में रियल लाइफ में राहुल गांधी और रियल लाइफ में गोविंदा के किरदार के बीच समानता बताई। राजा बाबू फिल्म में गोविंदा एक अनपढ़ आदमी की भूमिका निभा रहे थे जो इंस्पेक्टर, डॉक्टर, वकील, जज बनना पसंद करता है, लेकिन असल में वो कुछ भी नहीं है। राहुल भी सिर्फ कुली, ट्रक ड्राइवर, किसान और न जाने क्या क्या दिखाने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, लेकिन वास्तव में वो अपने वादों के समान कुछ नहीं है। मुझे यकीन है कि आपको ये क्लिप पसंद आएगी। यदि आप हमारे चैनल पर नए हैं तो सब्सक्राइब बटन दबाना ना भूलें। बिना किसी देरी के आइए वीडियो शुरू करें।
Gently correct my two very good friends here, Mr. Reddy and my very dear friend Dr. Jha. It's amusing that Dr. Jha is saying that look, stock markets, their rise doesn't mean anything. You just do a Twitter search of his tweets whenever the stock markets crash. He is the first one to comment rather gleefully that under Modi's regime, stock markets are crashing. So when they crash, then it's a big thing. But when they rise, then they mean nothing. And as far as Mr. Reddy is concerned, when he talks about jobs,
he's got you. He's got you, Sanjay Jha, and I quite appreciate the smile that's coming. But go on, Anand.
Sanjay, please. No, Sanjay.
Yeah. After he completes, I'll give you an opportunity. Yes.
Absolutely.
Next victim coming up.
No, it's nothing to do with that. Everyone's a dear friend. But I must say, you see, to have a reasonable discussion, Navika, on job creation, you need to give a few statistics and data points. That is elementary. Given the fact that almost 90 to 93% of our jobs in India are in the informal sector, the only way to determine how many jobs have been provided is not through EPFO that government does regularly, but through a survey. And surveys, as you know, can be right or wrong and not correct, sometimes correct. But the fact of the matter is, unless the previous regime or the state governments are able to tell us absolutely correctly how many jobs were created per ready labor force, we cannot make a distinction as to how many jobs Modi has created, because as I said, 90% of our economy runs on informal sector. So can the economists please get together for heaven's sake and find out how many jobs have non-BJP and BJP governments created? Unless you have, is an absolutely apt phrase that describes Rahul Gandhi's antics these past few years. Mr. Reddy says, what has the government or what has Modi done in the last 9 years? Well, Mr. Reddy, for a beginning, Modi beat anti-incumbency and came back even stronger with more MPs. So that is what people have seen and voted for him. Had he not done anything, he would have been thrown out. He wasn't. He was voted with even greater power. Now, while Rahul carries an empty suitcase on his head that has 4 wheels, as you correctly pointed out, Modi has given the poor 120 million toilets. While Rahul drives a truck and be a helper for a truck driver, Modi has supplied 180 million gas cylinders. While Rahul dilly-dallies, what about COVID? What about COVID? Modi has vaccinated 1 billion Indians twice over within a year. While Rahul says poverty is a state of mind, around 100 million to 110 million Indians are right now living in houses built by Modi in the last 9 years. And you say Modi has done nothing?
Navika ji.
Respond, Mr. Reddy.
There are so many flagship programs wherein if you really talk about
your flagship programs are delivering, but Shehzad Poonawala, your flagship programs are not delivering. I'm coming to you. The Modi Sarkar's flagship programs are not delivering. Only the BRS programs are delivering, and Congress तो कुछ कर ही नहीं रही है according to you.
You see, even if you apply normal common sense and even if you don't go by the EPFO data, which clearly indicates that new jobs have been created and those are in the tune of crores, 40 crore mudra loans have been given. Now, out of that, at least 10 crore people have created their own new jobs in that regard. How many jobs have been created there? Then after that, the number of highways, 11 kilometers per day, now it's gone to 37 kilometers per day. Who's coming and building those highways? Are those people coming from America? Please don't interrupt, sir. Please don't interrupt. 70 airports were built in the last 60 years. 70 more have been added in the last 9 years. Who has come and built those airports? So this kind of analogy only shows that Mr. Reddy has no argument to make. And Mr. Reddy, since you brought up the issue of Dalits, I want to ask you only 2 questions. Mr. Reddy, are you in the favor of the abrogation of Article 370?
The question here
because Dalits were denied their rights. 1 second, Mr. Reddy, hear the full question. Dalits were denied their rights for the last 70 years thanks to Article 370. And therefore, if your stand is that you are against the abrogation of Article 370, you are against Dalit rights. By the way, Mr. KCR, the great champion of Dalits, did he tweet about a woman being urinated upon, a Mahadalit being urinated upon by a person in Bihar, and the accused has still not been caught? And I wonder if Sanjay Jha has tweeted about it either, or Rahul Gandhi has. None of them have tweeted. So this shows that it was not about Dalits, but about Dalhit that you all keep talking about. And secondly, I ask you once again, sir, here are deliverables that Anand Ranganathan has quoted. 50 crore people have been given Ayushman Bharat cover. Today you have 50 crore Jan Dhan accounts in which more than 25 lakh crores have been transferred to people without 1 rupee getting stolen by a middleman. These are the schemes that have been run. 11 crore toilets, 11 crore Nal Se Jal Yojana have been done. You have 3.5 crore permanent Garib being given avasis.
Sure.
These things, corporation election, whether it is the state assembly elections or whether it is the national elections. But today, Navika, let me expose a few facts. You know, Rahul Gandhi has always considered, and Congress has considered, poverty to be a state of mind. For them, poverty is not reality. For them, poverty is an experience. So Rahul Gandhi goes to experience Garibi in a Garib ka ghar, whereas we go and build the Garib ka ghar and we have made 3.5 crore houses. Rahul Gandhi goes to a Kisan ki kheti and goes and does photo shoot there. We give the Kisan Samman Nidhi and 12 crore Kisans have been given 2.5 lakh crores of Kisan Samman Nidhi. He takes a selfie with the Garib ki thali. We have given 80 crore people food in their thali. So this is the difference between Rahul Gandhi, who indulges in photo ops. We give policy. He comes with camera. We come with character and credibility. My limited point is that Rahul Gandhi is totally the Raja Babu of Indian politics. You know, Raja Babu was a character where one Govinda was seen in multiple roles. Policeman, doctor, lawyer. He also dons a new role every day. My limited question is that apart from this fancy dress, what has Rahul Gandhi done? Has Rahul Gandhi lived up to the guarantees?
He's won Himachal, he's won Karnataka.
In Himachal, Rahul Gandhi did not go to campaign. So that is why they won Himachal.
You know, leadership can be provided from anywhere.
Remote leadership is the best leadership for the Congress. They have always believed in remote leadership. I do not dispute that. But having said that, let me ask 4 points to Mr. Sanjay Jha. Sanjay Jha, you said poverty and Mengai is a big issue. In Himachal Pradesh, in the last 6 months, you have increased the diesel VAT by ₹6. In Rajasthan, you said 10 days mein kisano ka karz maafi karenge. 19,500 farmers have lost their lands. 900 more farmers are about to lose their lands. Where is the Kisan karz maafi? In Bengaluru, you said 200, 300 units will be free. You increase the tariff of electricity. Congress ki guarantee is as weak as Rahul Gandhi's fancy dress. He carries a trolley with the wheels on his head. And you know, fancy dress karte karte, they have become fancy dress Hindu also. Rahul Gandhi says, maine sari Hindu kitabein padhi hai. But the same Rahul Gandhi's party, the manner in which they are talking about Sanatan, they are talking about Hindu as a menace to India and to the globe. Has Rahul Gandhi taken a categorical stand on that? They have not. In fact, Rahul Gandhi has said that the murti in the mandir is also...
Any dialogue bazi. Here is the hard point. Number one, India was expecting 2 crore jobs per year from 2014.
You don't have an answer?
It is in such a
you don't have an answer for the points and the charges made by Shehzad, or are you ducking his question?
I think his charges are absolutely fallacious, and I'll tell you why. The question is, selective cherry picking doesn't mean anything. Does Mr. Poonawala know that between 2019 till 2023, India's average GDP growth rate, sir, is 3.5%. And when a GDP is so low, it means poverty historically has actually got accentuated. You know what this government does, Navika? They will sponsor a bank or they will sponsor some think tank to say there is no poverty in India. I mean, there cannot be a bigger joke than that. If there was no poverty in India, then please ask Mr. Narendra Modi, why is he trying to talk about providing subsidized food grains to people? See, there is very obvious, ridiculous contradictions in what this government says. The young are without jobs, and to my mind, jobs is the one thing on which there cannot be any debate. Jobs tells you that there is a poor economy. By the way, a stock market at 66,000 means nothing. We all know that 2 years ago, or rather last year, 100% of market capitalization was determined by one company with having an 80% component, which was the Adani Group. So these things have no meaning beyond the hype.
Never before has anybody said that it would be the fastest growing, largest economy. The IMF, I'm sure, is not an organization that can be sponsored. And the same IMF gave a report that extreme poverty has been kept under 1% at the peak of COVID. Now, if Mr. Sanjay Jha's allegation is that the IMF can be sponsored, then the question will be, why didn't you sponsor them during your tenure? Why was it that you had runaway inflation at that point of time? But having said that, let that be. Jobs. For the last 1 year, the average unemployment rate in Rajasthan has been above 20%. How many jobs were created in Rajasthan over the last 1 year, Mr. Sanjay Jha? Why don't you answer the question about that? Rajasthan is undergoing an election there. And how many jobs have you given in Bihar where you promised 10 lakh jobs? But the problem with you, Sanjay Jha, one second, Sanjay Jha, last point, don't interrupt me. And since you come down roundabout to your favorite topic about Adani, just a couple of days ago, if I remember correctly, Adani ji was inaugurating something with Sharad Pawar ji. Now, please tell me, if Adani is so corrupt, how come Sharad Pawar, a member of the Indi alliance, a place where he stays is the same place as you in Mumbai, how come he's part of this alliance?
Well,